Okay, let's talk about leftover drills. I am a hoarder. I am someone who doesn't like to throw things away. As you can see, I have a little bit of a mess going on here, but I made a video on some Black Friday stuff that I purchased on some other things, and there was this binder that I found with these trading card pockets. I saw it posted, and we're going to go through and we're going to get organized today. We're going to take all of these extra drills that we have, and we're going to organize them there, here, in our binder. Hey friends, Ryan here with Ryan's Candles and Crafts, and welcome to today's video, where, as you can see in the video, we are going to be organizing all of our leftover drills. Now, believe it or not, all of this is just from 3 paintings. That's all we've completed so far. It's just 3 paintings. And there are a lot of leftover drills. I started at first to just write the number on here and DAC, and then, have it in this little baggie, and then one baggie became another baggie, and another, and so on and so forth. And when I was trying to do a couple of kit ups, I was trying to find some of these extra things. I'm like, this is a complete disorganized disaster, which of course now I'm making it even worse right now because it was all bundled up together. But anyway, I went through and I saw a post on one of the Facebook groups, and I can't remember exactly which group it was. I want to say it was the Diamond Art Club group, but I had bought this binder over the holiday break and bought these trading card sleeves as well, because that is what someone had done. Someone had taken these and had made slots and then put them in here like this. And that's what I want to do today. I want to get this stuff organized. I want to get everything taken care of. So the first thing that we need to do, and of course you can see how I've got my trading cards here at the beginning. I have JoJo, Mojo, and then Balancing Act here. I am working on Gladys the Golden Doodle currently. I have kitted up Bellinote. So what my plan is for this is to, obviously, 1, keep my cards in here, but 2, when I redeem the code, I will flip the card over so they know that I've done it. Or I might just make a little note on the back, because this is actually really neat. I like this. I really like the way this looks. It's really kind of hard to see with all the light and the shimmering, but I think this is really cool. I can't flip this over because I've got a couple codes that are on the back that I don't need you to see, but this is what this is going to be used for. So we'll leave several open here probably at the beginning. And then what I want to do, well, let's go ahead and take this out real quick, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to take probably about, there's 9 slots in each of these. Let's take out 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take out about 5 of them. We'll leave those off to the side, and then we're going to start here. Now, what I bought were these Art Dot stickers, and these stickers start with the DMC 150, and there are 2 full sets of stickers in this thing. And with that, we start with 150, and then we work all the way through the DMC colors. So we're going through, we've got all of that, and it goes all the way up to the Euchre, the Blanc, the White, the 5200. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of those numbers. And then it has included a few extras. And then we have blank ones in here as well that we can go ahead and write on for our 6,000 colors that we have, for our ABs that we have, because we're going to need to be able to get those marked as well. So a question you may be asking yourself is, how many colors are there actually when it comes to the DAC color chart? Well, here we have a spreadsheet that was put together and is available in the Diamond Art Club VIP Facebook group. So if you are a member of that group, then if you go over to Files, log into Facebook, go to the group, go to Files, and then you will see the DAC Drills blank copy that you can download, and this is accessible to you. Now, this is fantastic. I went through and highlighted all of the colors, and down here at the bottom, we have 585 colors available. That is a lot. That is a lot of colors. I was debating whether or not we were going to do both round and squares. When it came to getting this stuff organized, I may only have enough to do all of them together rather than do them by themselves. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how much room we have here in the end. However, this is also another way that you can go through and keep track of everything if you want. But when it comes to the organization and having everything together, it may be very beneficial to go ahead and do what I'm doing here. But let's take a quick look and see and make sure that we have, because what we have is all of our specialty drills. Our specialty drills are the ones that are outside the norm of our normal stuff. And we've got, I'd say, a pretty decent amount here. We have all of our fairy dust that are down here. We have our 2 glow-in-the-darks, our electros, our iridescents, and then we have the rest of our fairy dust that is over here. Now, some of these have colors and names, or some of them have names to those colors, others don't. It just kind of varies from each one to the next. But I think this is absolutely fantastic, and it's a very, very useful tool if you want to just kind of go through and keep track of what you have. So in my haul video, the reason why I had bought, I couldn't think of it at the time, but the reason why I had bought 2 sets of 2 of this is because, one, I want to use these stickers and put them on the corresponding spot on the sheet itself. The reason for that is because when I take something out, I want to be able to know where it goes back in. Well, the other thing, though, is that if I have one of these and I pull it out of here, instead of writing with my sloppy handwriting that I have on here, then I want to take a sticker. So this is 646. So I want to find 646. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it on here. And then that is going to correspond to this. And they are going to match and go together. So what I want to do first is I'm going to set that up there. I really just want to go through and set these on here. And then we'll kind of see what we've got going on when we're done with that. Okay, so I noticed as I was going through this, I have an extra one of these, so this is going to get set off to the side. But I noticed that there are 9 of these going across, and that there are 9 in here. So I know that I'm going to have 1 sheet for every row that we have going across here. I've got 14 rows coming down on 1 sheet. I have 4 sheets. Now, technically, this 4th sheet, I have a little bit of extra room, but some of this stuff is actually going to be used with ABs throughout here. So with that being said, 14 rows times 4 sheets is going to be 56 sheets of these. And unfortunately, when I bought these, I didn't do all of that math, and I had only bought 50 of these sheets, which means we are going to be short because we need 56. However, we will be able to go through and we will be able to get some of this done. So let's go ahead and get done what we can. And we are going to have to go to a day 2 on this video of completing this project. Okay, so since I know I have to buy more sheets, I went ahead and used the sheets that I had set off to the side of the front for the rest of this, and we're so close. We are so close to getting this done. However, I did my math wrong. I did my math just based off of these sheets when earlier we had talked about 585 colors on the spreadsheet that I had showed you. So 585 colors divided by 9 on here is actually 65 sheets and not the 56 that I originally thought we were going to need. Now, if you go through and double that, then it's 130 sheets total because you'll need your rounds and your squares. 130 really isn't that bad. I have 50 in here right now, and it's really not that full. So I should be able to double this very, very easily. And, well, really, it's almost tripling it. And that's not too bad. But then we have to also think of expansion. And we may have to do 2 binders each. But you know what? We'll kind of see what that looks like. But like I said, we have 50 in here now. We can go ahead and double it. I think that'll be okay. Maybe we end up doing an extra binder for our specialty drills, and then we just use this one for our regular drills. That could be a very good possibility that we do. Even though we aren't fully done yet, and I'm not entirely sure I want to use these numbers here unless I absolutely have to, but I think what I want to do for right now is we will go ahead and pause with obviously putting any more stickers onto these. And let's go ahead and take a look at these here. These are all of our little baggies. And some of these I already have the numbers written on. So I'm going to go ahead and take these and start putting them in where they belong with the stickers that I have still left from the second set. Now, the bags that I'm using here are 3 inches by 4 inches, and these actually do need to be folded and then slipped right in there. Now, you could use smaller ones, but I have found that the smaller ones tend to be, I don't know, a little bit more problematic, but it also kind of depends on how much you have in here and kind of go from there. All right, day 2, first day, only spent about an hour on it. I only have so much time in a day to be able to do this stuff, but I think we did a pretty good job on day 1. Now, day 2, I was able to find more of these. Let's get it over here. So these are the sheets that I'm using to be able to put all this stuff in. Right now, we're going to focus on the rounds, which is what we're going to finish up, and then work on our squares. I've only done rounds so far, but at least we can go through and see how much room we have available to us at the end of this. All right, so we actually have all of our rounds done now. So flipping through this, with the exception of our specialty ones that we've got over here, we're going to have to make sure that we go through our blank sheet here, and we're going to have to write all of that in, which is no big deal. But then we've got all of this. So flipping through, we can see how here we have our 300, 301, 307, 311, 312. So it's very easy for us to be able to find exactly what we need for the next things that we need to do on our next project. So we can flip through here very easily and go, okay, well, I need 580 on my next one. So here's some leftover drills there. Here's some leftover of the 610 or the 606. Now, this is for just my rounds, though. This doesn't have to do anything with my squares. And believe it or not, with only doing 3 paintings with the rounds, it's very interesting that I have all of these colors. I like that since I've done 3 paintings, I still have a bunch of variety of colors. Now, you may be wondering and asking yourself, okay, why am I saving all of this stuff? Why do I have all of this? Well, think about, you may end up running out on a project. You may want to change things around on a project. You may look at a piece of diamond art that you get and you go, well, what if maybe I want to add in this color instead of that color? Maybe I have something that's close to this 814, but I want it to be a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. You know, you can use these drills as much as you want to change things around on your paintings. So why don't we go ahead and add in on the end here. We got all the way to this row here. Now, what I want to make sure of, though, is I don't want to... I took a look, and these numbers aren't really used all that often, and then these numbers are ones that are discontinued from the DMC chart. I know these we want to use. I don't know how often these are going to be used, so I may leave these off for right now. Okay, so with what we have left here, I need at least one sheet out of this to finish this up. So the 3864 to the Euchre. And then I need, based off the spreadsheet from what I looked at, I need to go down, I think it was 11, 12 down this way, because there's 9 across, 11 is 99, 12 is going to be like 108. And according to the spreadsheet that I had shared earlier, with this spreadsheet here, I need 104 blank labels off of that sheet, or off of those sheets, because I'm including all of the 6000s, the Z's, all of the fairy dust that we've got listed over here, the iridescents, the electros, and the glow in the darks. So with that being said, that should give me everything that I need. I need 12 sheets from here, and then one more sheet for this row, so I'll need 13 more sheets out of this package. Okay, so something I may have forgotten were the ABs. I noticed as I started writing, wait a second, there are no ABs on here. And here they are. So there are a total of 41 ABs on here, which I only have 637. I only have 37 colors left. Now, looking at my ABs though, so it literally does go 1 through 41. If I run out of stickers, I run out of stickers. So I'm probably just going to have to deal with it. And I'll just go ahead and write my AB numbers on here and on this little bit that I've got. And then when it comes to the stickers that I'm actually using for, and I was thinking about this when it came to the stickers that I'm using for the sheets, for these themselves, I will write it all out. When it comes to putting it on the bags itself, I'll just write them as I need them. I don't necessarily have to write them out completely. I just need a sticker to be able to put on the sheet to be able to find out where things go. I can write it on the bag all day long. All right, so that last little bit that you just saw, I was actually getting a little bit frustrated because apparently I did not look to make sure that all of the colors that were on that chart are the actual current amount of colors that we have for Diamond Art Club. So my rounds are going to be a little out of whack. As I was going through them, I had noticed that this one, 602, this one, the Z307, and even this one, the Z956, not on there. Not on there at all. So I ended up putting these three in a different spot, but now it's completely out of sequence of everything else. I'm going to have to live with that because I tried taking these little stickers off because I had put them on the sheet itself. It was not coming off easily. So what I'm going to have to do when I do my squares, I'm going to have to do those a little bit differently. I'll still do the order like I did when it came to the rounds, but then when I get to these guys, I'm just going to leave these on the paper. I'm not going to do anything else with these. And I've got plenty of extras available. So I'm not too worried about it when it comes to the squares. And the other reason why I'm not too worried about it when it comes to the squares too is because we're going to have a lot more squares when it comes to the rounds. So the rounds I'm not worried about with those being out of sequence. I'm not going to use those nearly as often as I am the squares. Got a lot of plans for the squares. Granted, we got to get through a lot of these diamond art paintings first. When it comes to doing this, though, this is how this is going to be organized. Now, I'll go ahead and do an overhead shot so we'll kind of see what the finished product looks like. Let me just admit, I'm going to need another binder for the squares. I'm just going to have to. So I'm going to have a binder for my rounds. I'm going to have a binder for my squares. But it's going to look amazing when it's 100% done. Now, I'm not going to bore you with doing the squares. It's going to be the same copy, repeat copy paste when it comes to doing that, when it comes with the squares and the rounds. Oh my goodness, my words are all over the place, but it's fine. But I'm actually really happy at how this turned out. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so here we have the finished product. Now, this is a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker than what I thought it was going to be, because you can kind of see how many pages there are in here of this. And this is already coming up to about the top of the line here. I don't even think I'm going to be able to close this all the way. So I will need to take out, because this is about halfway through, getting up to Bella Notte, getting up to the squares. So that's about half of it. So we are going to need to definitely get another binder with it. That's no big deal, which is totally fine, because what this is going to allow me to do is here I've got my three that I've done, and then my fourth one that I'm working on now of rounds. And I took Bella Notte out of here because I want Bella Notte to be with my squares. So it will kind of differentiate. These are my round ones that I've done, and then those are my square ones that I've done. So then looking through this, we have all of our stuff nice, neat, and organized. That one's got 5 in it. And we can just flip through as we're kitting down, kitting up. We can look for all the extra ones that we need. Look to see, have we done a color before? Have we not? Which of course now my goal is to get every single color for every single one of these. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have every single color that is listed here? Or are you still working on that? Actually, I think that would be really fun to do. It would be a fun little project. Like, keep track of our progress of how much are we filling up of this? What is our percentage? I don't even know what my percentage is right now. I'm going to have to look at that. But even in here, I've got 4 in this one. Nice. And the colors actually match really, really well with the color of the drill to the color of the sticker, which is fantastic. But we just kind of keep it in there, keep it organized. And then here's where we got our specialty drills and where I went out of sequence. So this is what will change with our squares. When I do the squares, I won't put any of this on here. I will just move the packages, move these around as I need to, just to keep everything in order. Now I do, if I remember correctly, I have a decent amount of ABs already. Take a look at that. So here we're starting with 100. Looks like I've got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 of them. Not too bad. Not too bad. And oh, these were also some Z's that I didn't have any spots for. So this is what I'm going to end up doing with them now, is doing this. I'm so sad with myself, but you know what? That's okay. We learn by doing, right? We learn by doing. I got to stop saying right. I got to stop that. Seriously. Anyway, and then this is where Bella Notte starts. So Bella Notte will actually start our squares, but that is going to be for my own time to do, because oh my goodness, this video is long enough, but I think you guys get the gist of it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified when we upload videos. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun things when it comes to these extra drills. There are so many different crafty things that you can do with these types of things, and I just think it's going to be a lot of fun. Whether it be squares or rounds or anything like that. This is just great. It's so organized. I can't help it. I just cannot help it. This is going to be fantastic. But if you've done this, let me know how it's gone. If you do something different, let me know. I'm real curious to know, how do you keep your stuff organized? But that's all I have time for today, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to watch the video. And until next time, light a candle, pour a coffee, and let's keep crafting.